Welcome back to the Airgun Advisor. Today we're going to be taking a look at something a little bit different. We're going to be looking at an up-and-coming scope company, Aztec Optics, and taking a look at their brand new scope, the Emerald series, and something new, something different, hopefully good for you field target users because I know I'm enjoying it. Welcome back, everybody. This is Buckeye Air Gunner coming to you for the Airgun Advisor right here on YouTube. Here today to check out the Aztec Emerald scope. It's a scope that was sent to me by Aztec Optics for me to try out, to use, and actually they were kind enough to let me keep this model here. You know, a lot of people, I say, well, of course you're going to say good things about it. They helped you out. Yeah, they did, but the reason they helped me out is because I reached out to them. I saw this scope at the Midwest Airgun Show. AOA had it in their van on a day state. I picked up this day state to try, looked through the optics, and the first thing that I noticed, and it wasn't even the gun, first thing I noticed was the clarity of the optics. I sat there, I shot it, I saw the reticle. It was a great reticle for me, and I said, you know, this scope I need in order to be successful in field target, for my eyes, for my setup, for the way I shoot. And so I contacted AOA. I said, hey, I'd like to take a look at this a little bit closer. Can you help me out? And they said, sure. So I thank you guys very much for helping me out. It's a wonderful scope. There are a couple of cons though to it. The more I've used it, the first one being I'm used to a lighted reticle. If you're in an open field like this, it's well lit. You don't need it by any means. But if you are in a darker environment, the very thin reticle can be difficult to see from time to time. But really, I don't mind it. At this point, I'm getting used to it the more I use it. The other piece is that a lot of the reviews I've seen, the lens covers that came with the scope originally were flip-up covers, which are much more user-friendly, obviously. This particular scope came with an elastic cover, and I'll pull that out here so you can see it, which works. It's just not per se, it's just not as user-friendly though. You have to stretch it out, covers it up. Definitely not as quality as the original lens covers that may have came with this scope. And I don't know, maybe they've brought it back because I've seen some other reviews that AOA has come out with most recently, and again they show those flip-up covers. So if you've purchased one of these scopes recently, leave comments below. Let me know, did yours come with the elastic or did they come with the flip-up covers? I want to know. Maybe mine's just an anomaly. Some of the other things that are really good, the turrets are adjustable. They're click turrets with a 1/4 inch MOA for per click. They do lock, they lift up, and you push them down to lock them. Very smooth, no play really. I was impressed with that. And again, the side wheel that comes with it too is a decent sized side wheel for focusing. And you can tell on mine, I've done a little bit of work here. I've put markings on here. The way I do that, for those of you who are starting out in field target, say, well, how am I going to mark that? How do I get that on there? You know, you could use a sticker if you wanted to. I just use regular printer paper though. And the way I get it to stick on there is I use clear nail polish, paint the wheel, then I cut a strip, paint the wheel with clear nail polish, and then lay the paper down right on there. And then I take it out to the field, I make my measurements, I mark it, and then afterwards I again take another coat of clear nail polish to kind of seal everything in there in case of weather, to help everything stay on there. And the nice thing about that too is that if for some reason that all changes, I can take it off with nail polish remover without damaging the side wheel and keeping everything clean. Some other interesting facts, this is a 5.5 to 25 zoom with a 50 millimeter objective. You have a 30 millimeter tube, allows plenty of light to come in for you to see that thin reticle. And it also weighs 25.4 ounces. So it's a little bit of a heavier scope, but for what it is, it's about in that average range. It's not extra heavy, it's not extra light if you were to go with any other scope that kind of was in this size category. Parallax 10 yards to infinity again. And I mentioned the reticle earlier, but it comes with this DYND-1 reticle. It has a lot of holdover points, and it also has points that help you with the windage. So if you're dealing with some mild wind and you're at a field target match, it has a lot of nice little points for you to kind of use to guide your aiming, and it's not overly crowded either. So I've seen some scopes that have come out recently with have extra thick reticles at the bottom and different things. This one's nice, clear, and not crowded, so it's really airgun friendly. Again, also it does have a lifetime warranty, which something else to keep in mind. So overall, great scope here. Couple of drawbacks, but for the money, for me, the optics, the clarity, you can't be beat. Really can't be beat. And I'm definitely going to be using this scope for all of next season on this rifle, and I think that my results are definitely going to improve with my ability to see the targets, range find those targets with the side focus wheel overall. And it's just for me, it's just a little bit better than what I was using before. So thank you, Aztec Optics. If you got questions, comments, or you have some feelings on this scope, you've tried it on your own rifle, I'd love to hear them below in the comments section of this video. And I think other people need to hear what you're saying also, whether it's good or bad, just to help make a good decision when they're spending big dollars. Anytime you're talking a couple $100, or more than a couple $100 in this case, it's good to hear what everybody has to say, not just me speaking from my perspective. I want to hear what my viewers have to say about this scope also. So thanks again, guys, and leave those comments, make sure you subscribe, and we'll have another great review or another great opportunity to see what's going on in the airgun world coming shortly. So thanks for tuning into the Airgun Advisor, and we'll see you next time. Well, that wraps up another edition of the Airgun Advisor. And if you like this type of content, please make sure you let others know. Subscribe to this page, like the videos. If you have any comments, please feel free to leave them below. I'd love to hear what you have to say. And until next time, may your pellets fly straight and your trigger pull stay smooth. And we'll see you right here on the Airgun Advisor.